Good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are today, and welcome to Dharma Paths 4, the Shamatha meditation, the fourth in our series of teachings. And tonight's topic will be meditation. Why meditate? And our teacher will be Lama Karma Drodhul. So, welcome everyone. Lama.
Oh, thank you, Andy. I know this is 2025, and I do want to say that Happy New Year to everyone. Even though today there are a lot of people in Tibet died from earthquake, and so, but start with Happy New Year to everyone, simply because whatever happened in 2024, it's just gone, and what we will do in 2005 is something in our hands. We have a saying in Tibet, as we used to ride horses for transportation. It's kind of similar to driving a car in America. And whether you go to right or left is how you kind of control it. And so we always have a opportunity in life, every day, every hour, every minute. And so today I got this very special opportunity, merit to begin this, as Yuntin mentioned, the series of teachings in 2025. The first is topic is why meditate. Sounds very simple, and my answer could be, why are you even asking? Or why not? But before I go in details, and this is once again, if there's something that I could teach or benefit, it's all because of the blessing of the lineage, especially my guru, Kebukanta Rinpoche and Triyana Rinpoche. And we will be doing the supplication of Tapukaji lineage. Before that, I always would like to take 1 minute, 1 minute meditation. Mainly meditate, thinking that meditate on compassion, thinking that today's teaching is for the benefit of all sentient beings, especially as we're experiencing all the victims of Tibetan people from the earthquake, and also the wildfire in California. So there are so many natural destructions going on, and so many human destructions going on, unfortunately, the wars and everything. So please meditate 1 minute. I think it is for all beings. With compassion, whatever mind state you came in, just drop everything else and just think about compassion for all beings. And now, in order to truly arise compassion and bodhicitta, it is utmost important to receive true blessing. And we will be chanting the Tabukaju lineage prayer, supplicating to our root gurus and lineage gurus. Excuse me. So the root gurus, meaning that the teacher teaches you how to let go of your thoughts, and we are able to follow the teacher's instruction and to have some not only understanding but also have some recognition of your mind, whoever that would be. And the lineage masters, of course, Dharma teachers. This particular lineage comes from Buddha Shakyamuni, as usual, all the way to the current masters, teaching holders, and so we will be chanting that first. Excuse me. All right. As we mentioned earlier, that our topic is just one sentences, very short sentences, why we meditate. And I'm not sure why I choose, let's put it this way. I'm not sure if I'm qualified to talk about this, but I was obligated. I was obligated to choose a topic, so I didn't have choice. And so I just choose it. And of course, whatever I present here doesn't mean that, I got everything right. If I did, I probably won't be in samsara now. And so first, I think it's important to talk about meditation. The Tibetan word for meditation would be gam, which means become familiar. And so gam, or sometimes this is meditation, or gam is a common name for so many things, from the Sutric tradition, Tantric tradition, Mahamudra tradition. It covers everything, every practice, every method that we apply. So meditation is not just sitting there and quietly, and if somebody making some noise and you feel distracted. Or meditation means that you have to go somewhere in a cave and you have to meditate. So there are, of course, like the great yogi Milarepa did meditate in caves such. But my description about gam or meditation, it covers everything. When someone practices deity practice, like visualization of Chinese and mantra recitation, it is also part of meditation. If someone meditate on shamatha meditation, that is meditation. If someone like have a sense of compassion to all sentient beings, which we did earlier before we chant, before we started the session. And if we are managed to focus one-pointedly, that is also meditation. And then, of course, like 3 years, we call 3 years retreat, it's meditation. So the definition of meditation is literally whatever subject or object to use, and you are able to one-pointedly focus on it without distraction. And one thing that is so important, of course, when we meditate, or sometimes like little things, for example, you are very, very focused on something like non-dhammic, maybe, going to just hunt something or whatever, something, and you are so focused. That is not meditation, because meditation definition has to have the flavor of virtuous actions, something virtuous actions or merit or such. That is, general meditation. What does meditation mean? And of course, our topic is why we meditate. And I think it's a very easy answer in a way, because without researching, let's say, why we meditate or such, but as a Buddhist, why we call we as a Buddhist means that the historical Buddha, when he was, as a Prince Datta, and born in India 2,500 or 600 years ago, and was a, excuse me, as a prince, he had everything. He had everything that we can dream of. We can't even dream. I mean, he was a prince and going to be the king, and he had all the luxuries, wealth, friends, family, love, everything that you can think of. Yet, he was a pretty smart prince, and he, even though everyone was trying to hide the suffering in their kingdom or around their village, but he slowly discovered there are some things like people dying, people sick, or such, and he asked his attendant that it is something happens to just to normal people or for me as well. And the attendant said, has to be honest. Said that with respect, it is for everyone, including you. And so that's how he began to search, what is the solution, not just for himself, but also for all sentient beings. What is the solution? So that's kind of itself, kind of why we meditate. It's almost like what the solution of this, uh, you know, unpredictable, constantly changing these conditions. And he gave up his kingdom because he has, this very special goal to search, which he did. And he was, going. He met many people, many sages, practitioners. Some of them standing on one feet, like days and days. I mean, uh, one feet, stand on one feet without eating. I mean, that could be good yoga, but it wasn't the solution for the suffering. And some people burn by fire and mark certain things on their body. Didn't really say they're tattooed or something. They just burning things. So they're doing all kind of physical austerities, of hardships. But he didn't. He was not satisfied. Oh, this is not a solution for, everlasting happiness, because he was looking for a solution. And so then day goes by, month goes by, and then at the end, he wants to discover something. He feel like something within, because there were many meditators, as I mentioned. There were many sages or yogis, and they were meditating, but they always had a goal. The goal was, excuse me, like special attainment. They had very solid goals. And Buddha discovered that that was a little bit extreme, because the authentic meditation shouldn't have any such goal. So he continued travel, and then he meditate. And during meditation, as you know, through the history of Buddha's life story, that he was, physically, he went through a lot of hardship, and he was very skinny. And then, someone, lady, offered milk, and through that milk, his body was transformed. And also through meditation, he discovered that if there is a such, like, I want to achieve spiritual clarity or emptiness, or such bliss, and he discovered that that was not happening, because the actual enlightened primordial wisdom doesn't have any location and anywhere, so it has to be achieved through without putting too much effort. So the bottom line is that Buddha become enlightened through meditation, and that is pretty much answers itself, saying that why we meditate, because the only way to Uh, I still want to use this word. I like it a lot, but as a foreign English speaker, I can't sometimes pronounce very well. I used to say elevate. No, you don't elevate suffering. So, Yuanting, what's that? This very elevate. Oh.
Elevate,
No, elevate means you are elevating.
raising, yes.
But this I'm trying to say something overcome. I could say overcome, but I want to. There's a word alleviate.
Alleviate, yeah.
Alleviate. Yeah, you see, alleviate. So Buddha discovered that until you alleviate, transform this into wisdom, there's no achievements. And so once Buddha became enlightened, his discovery was very special. For example, like because our topic is why we meditate, it's because Buddha is the first figure that actually proudly announced, saying that no matter who you are, everyone has Buddha nature. That is the highest, most profound teaching. Of course, Buddha gave many teachings, but that is the highest for us, simply because no matter who you are, we all have Buddha nature. The Buddha nature means that everyone can achieve enlightenment, just like me. The Buddha was an example. Someone also, ordinary individual, but through the teaching, through the meditation, and you are able to achieve enlightenment. And so that enlightenment or the Buddha nature does not discriminate to anyone, whether you are human beings or whether you are animals, or as long as we are sentient beings. Sentient being. So which means as long as we have a mind, our current condition is that we feel that we have to do certain things in order to achieve enlightenment. Whatever we're going through every day, from morning to evening, whatever feelings we're going through, we try to go beyond that somewhere else. But, Buddha's teaching and meditation teaches us that, fortunately, Buddha gave this teaching that everyone has a Buddha nature, and Buddha nature is always present wherever we go, whatever we do. Even the highest emotion, the lowest emotion, all these colorful feelings doesn't matter. The Buddha nature or the organic mind or our nature of mind is always beyond suffering. So that is, I think, highest teaching and very, very important teaching. Because meditation at the end comes through confidence. And so that is, I think, first reason why we meditate. And then after Buddha became enlightened, and Buddha said that, subject to the Vasandumas, Dichitawa Chuche Dakanyu Sulatinju Kuamanju Mananandanya Danyaprata, he basically said that I discovered this very profound, peaceful, clarity of the teaching of the wisdom. But it's a little bit hard for everybody to understand. Excuse me. And I will be temporarily meditating in the forest, and I won't teach. Of course, as we read that the teaching of the Buddha is so profound, and in order because he gave this teaching for the benefit of all sentient beings, and he discovered that if other beings recourse to these teachings gain a lot of merit. So that's why the Devas and the Brahmas, they offer us, concha, etc., and recourse teachings. So now, why we meditate? Number one, we as a practitioner, we meditate because Buddha become enlightened, and then he gave this teaching. Excuse me. And then another reason why we meditate is that first, what Gampopa taught about the samsaric and nirvana, and Gampopa said that we as a sentient being, we have a lot of confusion, and we have a lot of stress, and we have a lot of emotions. Yet, equally, while we experience those emotions, while we experience those negative thoughts, always in the state of emptiness or lucidity. Because those of you ever practiced, I know Obni KTCT, practiced the Milarepa's Guru Yoga, and it teaches about meditation, saying that wherever you are, whatever you are doing, right this very moment, right this very present, if you just drop everything, this very presence, and you can liberate. Because I think our expectation is that somewhere down the road I will be going to retreat somewhere that very isolated place, and then I will be so quiet, I'll be so peaceful, such. But Gampopa teaches that wherever you are, whatever you are doing right now, while I'm talking, while you are listening, maybe you have some thoughts, or can be boring. My teachings can be boring. Whatever mentally you are going through, it's okay. It's totally fine. We can have all kind of emotions, but I think most important part of meditation is that we also have the realization that no matter what happened a few minutes ago, no matter what could happen, but wherever you are, whatever you are doing, right this moment, right this very present, those emotions, if you have mindfulness, and while you have all this intensifying emotions, at the same time, your mind can be very, very quiet and deep down in your mind. And that is not something you just discovered and all of a sudden your mind become different. No, it's been there like that. Whether Buddha taught meditation or not, whether Buddha taught, everyone has a primordial wisdom or not, it's always been like that. So that is extremely important when Gampopa says, when individuals, sentient beings, deluded, confused, we call it samsara, which is very suffering, because we are constantly having all these negative emotions, anger or jealous, such, and equally it has consequences, and that's why we take rebirth in different realms, such. And then Gampopa also said that when individuals able to aware whatever emotion you experience, you are aware those emotions are naturally liberated, always liberated in their own nature. And whether it's nirvana, this is the most important part. Whether it's a nirvana or samsara, in its nature is emptiness. Because meditation without understanding emptiness could be very grasping. So up till now, why we meditate? Why we meditate simply because our goal, all sentient beings' goal is everlasting happiness, and that is one, and overcome all the negative emotions, cause of suffering, and then the second is that all of us have that potential known as Buddha nature, and it doesn't have to wait so long. We can apply anytime, any place, even when you are highest emotion and you are basically exploring your emotions, maybe yelling somebody or such, and you still kind of wait a minute, this is I'm expressing my emotions, but its actual nature is always quiet. So your mind's nature is also always very quiet. And because my topic is meditation, and I know there are so many meditation techniques, and we have line up great lamas, experienced lamas. They can teach everything. But tonight, I will simply, once again, focusing on definition of meditation. My teacher, Kembakantar Rinpoche, always used to say that, especially as a practitioner, it is important to have a little recognition of your mind before you die, because we could recite a lot of mantras, we could do a lot of prayers, but it's we have to utilize, especially our mind is so fascinating. We have this uh, Buddha nature or primordial wisdom, which is can experience through highest emotions, because nowadays emotions so intensifying, and at the same time, it's a wonderful opportunity, because if we use this every time you feel stressed during the day, if you utilize them as a meditation reminder, every time you feel depressed, I go through that a lot, or anxiety, and we just drop. We just simply drop and rest, because that's not really your organic mind. Your organic mind, your actual nature is always liberated, utterly pure. And so there's a song by the great yogi Milarepa. Of course, Milarepa has many, many different songs. And when he was this cave known as Raja Dojizong, the palace of Vajra rock or rock mountain. And he said this in Tibetan. Toche je ba da do jaya modo ba je da de te la shin ba ro de je ba jo na jo pan ra ye te. I used to sing Milarepa song a lot, especially when I did my 3-year retreat, and I was very sick, and Milarepa sounds so powerful, so much blessing. So in this song, as you know, I still am not losing my topic. My topic is once again meditation, and I want to explore meditation itself. And he says, the natural arising thoughts cannot stop by even like 100 armies who holds weapons. What does this mean? This is where we kind of lose the meditation interest, because we often search for a meditation does not involve with thoughts. Every time we feel experience thoughts, we feel like we are distracted. But Malarepa's point here is that saying that this activity of our mind's thoughts cannot stop by 100 armies of who holding excuse me, weapons. This particular weapon is like a sapphire, Yantin. It's a weapon, not a knife, but a sapphire or something.
Spear.
Spear, yeah, spear. Thank you. Spear. So what does this mean? And if there are 100 people holding a spear, it says, stop your thought. Right? If you don't stop your thoughts, we're gonna use these 100 spears. And of course, nobody can stop that. Plus, you have more fear, which is the most intensifying thoughts, right? So that is the first one. There's nothing can stop your thoughts. Even you use this, this example. But then he says, he says, unless there is a yogi or practitioner who understand that Shemba Ranglo means that thoughts dissolves into their own place, which means that as a meditator, when you have a lot of thoughts, you should be so happy. You should be so welcoming, awesome, so happy. As the Kaju teachers mentioned, that we are so thankful for having these thoughts. I understand that most of my teachings seem like repeating same thing. Those of you who receive teaching from me are just saying same thing, because I think it's very, very important, not because I said so, but because of the meditation, so much to do with your innate wisdom. It's not about like all the highest teachings I'm receiving, such, but it's all important how to utilize our thoughts. So, another word, when we wake up in the morning, we have thoughts. During the day, we have thoughts. So we are overusing our mind by emotion and driving our body crazy. There's no way our physical body can catch up those emotions. There's no way. That's why no matter what condition you have, you may have like a, wealthy or houses and food, everything, but then there's such a hollow in people's minds. Simply, even like meditators, we may go through a lot of anxieties. I'm perfect example. I'm the I don't want to use very serious words, because when I mention people, I also have anxieties, and then people check on me, see, recommendations about certain medicine, which I'm not there yet. So don't worry about This medicine could be helpful. The medicine sometimes, like, if you take a special medicine for anxieties, and that brings more anxiety, and then you're, addicted with your medicine, and then, you are not only hurting your financial condition, but you are really hurting your mind, and there's a lot of side effects. So the natural born medicine is knowing that, as Milarepa mentioned, Shemba, Tela Shemba, Rono, the sheep is there any, if there's a yogi that understands that these thoughts are naturally born and naturally dissolve. So why they are, when we talk about naturally born, doesn't mean that, they are so creative, such. Means basically they are always been in the nature of wisdom. So just to imagine that when why we meditate, so there, you can answer so many questions. So I think the one important question to answer to question that is that why we attach to things that do not exist, which means when we experience like thoughts, we attach to it. So basically, we attach to something that is not exist, but in its nature, it's always wisdom. And I think as a practitioner, whether you are studying Dharma or whether you're Buddhist or not, doesn't really matter. It's important to be an experiential meditator or practitioner rather than you may have tons of books. You may receive so many teachings. And but if someone, just imagine, just think about if someone so welcoming about this, uh, constant thoughts, and it's like cloud of thoughts, arising. But at the same time, you are so enjoying them because you realize that these thoughts are a reminder of your meditation, and you are able to constantly meditate, and you are able to welcome them, and then you kind of begin to understand that what is satisfaction means, because you could be in a place where they have like materially, environmentally pretty rough, but you can be also very happy. It's like Milarepa did. Milarepa, the great yogi Milarepa, he meditated on in caves and like isolated places, and he could be very lonely. If you use a general idea, or he could be the most suffering individual because he didn't have friends, he didn't have food, he didn't have a house, he didn't have nothing. All he had was him, his mind, his body, and a little cave, and a little, meditation clothes, like a very, very thin cotton cloth. But he was the happiest, and he's saying all these songs out of happiness. But his happiness was not emotional. His happiness was not emotional. I know we are very emotional. We are so happy sometimes, excited, which basically means that there's a deeper sorrow if someone is so emotional, so happy and hype. But Milarepa realized that all this, what does meditation mean? Meditation means that all the emotions you experience, all the feelings you are experiencing is part of a journey, yet it is also part of the rays of wisdom of your own nature of mind. He never minds. So, of course, he was great yogi Milarepa, and those of us, as we have a saying that it's easier. How do you say, Yuantin? It's easier than say or something. Do
You could say easier or more easy, either one. Is that what you
it's
mean?
easier to say than do.
Yeah, easier said than done.
Easier said than done. You use past tense. Yeah, but then if you don't start, then when they never become easy. And I think we sometimes I feel I'm pretty smart. You probably have same feelings. Oh, I'm pretty smart. But on the other hand, we are not that smart in terms of practice because our goal, our destination is it's really, I want to free from suffering. I want to experience happiness, but happiness has to be last forever. That is our goal. But what we are doing is totally opposite. That is not really smart in practitioner state. So whatever happened. It's nothing can take back. But I think if we begin to um, understand what is meditation. Earlier, at the beginning of my teaching, as I mentioned, the meditation also in Tibetan Gam means become familiar. So at the moment, unfortunately, we are become so familiar with negative emotions, negative emotion. We are not familiar with the liberation path. So that's why whatever happened in the past, it doesn't matter. And whether you're going to meditate shamatha meditation, whether you're going to do vipassana meditation, whether you go to deity meditation, and our thoughts that we experience every day has to be checked. When I say has to be checked, it's basically has to be checked with friendly. Let them welcome, and they, if so, as a practitioner, able to work with your mind, your thoughts, and then when you do deity visualization, it could be quite transparent. It can be very flexible. It won't be that hard. So that is my kind of one of the topic. And then, of course, the Buddhism teaches about karmic condition, which is so important. And as I always said that if we go through some certain difficulties today, with the emotions, and we feel like, we had a really bad day, and then tomorrow will be better. But in a Buddhist point of view, that if you didn't have really, some practice, but really distracted from beginning to the end of the whole day, like 24 hours, it is not just a bad day, but also we accumulated a tremendous negative karma. So that means there's always consequences. Every negative emotions, as Shandindeva mentioned, if you get really angry to somebody, it also destroys a lot of um, uh, virtuous actions you have accumulated in the past, and also like uh, uh, then through anger you experience, it's also cause result of you may be killed in the past lives, through anger, etc. So it's not just a bad day, especially for practitioners. It's a really negative karma day, kind of. So it is very important for us doing meditation, because meditation also has to be when you meditate. If so, whether you're doing shamatha meditation or vipassana meditation, it's always good to start, with supplication to Guru. That's so important. If you truly, genuinely, devotionally pray to Guru, whatever meditation, whether it can be few minutes or long meditation, you will, it won't be uh, it will be successful meditation. if you truly pray to Guru, and not because we are capable of doing meditation. No, I'm just so good with meditation. No, as long as I'm good with meditation, I did this, then maybe temporarily you may experience some good meditation, but long terms without Guru's blessing, it won't be successful. So lastly, during our meeting, the curriculum meeting, and we did kind of talk about first a little bit of teaching, and then could have a few questions, and then we meditate with a short session of meditation. And I think we still have about half an hour, so I will conclude this meditation teaching, and my last part of the meditation is that of course down the line our teachers will teach shamatha meditation, shamatha, first shamatha meditation, and shama means peaceful, and ta means abiding. Once again, I also want everyone to know, including myself, refresh, that you always, it's very important to go back to your original, and instead of checking your feelings when you meditate, when you judge about your feelings, analyze your feelings, and then you always have a picky mind. The mind wants to experience something special, blessed, or such. But the most important part is, as I mentioned at the beginning, no matter where you are, no matter how frustrated you are, you must recognize that is not part of your actual organic mind. So that's why sometimes all of a sudden, with this emotion, like and physically, we are so speedy and it happens, just drop. It's you can drop like a hot balloon. I don't think it's hot balloon. If it's hot, it may burn the balloon. Hot ball or something. Like something like burns, right? So we always like, how painful this material that you are holding, you keep holding tight. So that's why I experience injured, but we have to know how to drop it, because actual the thoughts and the stress and anxieties, because they are inherently not exist. And so even you think about, okay, drop it, you feel a sense of refresh, sense of rejuvenate in your mind. All right, so if you have any questions, I would like Yanti to guide how to do that, and you can emote or something, right, Yantila?
Yes, what we found it works best is if people will post the questions in the chat, then we can give everybody a fair turn rather than people just jumping in and saying something. If we need to say something as part of that, we can allow them to unmute.
I saw good evening, Happy New Year. Then it says alleviate. Yeah, that's one. Yeah.
If you have any questions, please put them in the chat. And what I will do now is also bring the Chinese speakers back in here so Lama Mark can give a translation so that Chinese speakers can participate in this as well.
Mm-hmm. And then you can type it, right? Post has.
Okay, we have the first question. What is the
What is
definition?
the definition of Guru's blessing?
第一个就是
Thank
什
you,
么是
Yantila.
上师的加持？
This is one of my favorite topic because Guru's blessing, like, oh, I want to receive Guru's blessing, you know. It seems like everyone kind of looking for some kind of something that Guru can give you.
那我们现在讲这个上师的加持，好像就是上师可以给你的东西。
But what does Guru's blessing basically means that when Guru teaches, let's say when your teacher teaches, oh, let's look at, since our topic is meditation, let's look at your thoughts.
那现在我们讲说是上师能够，就是老师教给你的东西，像我们现在讲的主题就是禅修。那我们说现在开始讲，就说好，那我们看看什么是念头。
So if you have thoughts, and when Guru says, okay, now you look at thoughts, and when you analyze, look at thoughts, because thoughts are consistently arising, and the moment you look at you, it's already disappearing because it's not exist.
然后上师跟你讲说，你看你的念头，然后你去先分析它。那当你去看这个念头的时候，那这个念头就消失了。
And my teacher Khenpo Rinpoche used to say that every thought arises, and when it dissolves, before next thought arises, there's always little gap.
那我的上司 Khenpo Rinpoche 讲到说，当我们看到一个念头升起以后，在它消失之后呢，会有一个空隙。
We constantly feel that this is like ongoing stress, thoughts, but it's not. Every moment, one thought arises, there's the thought dissolve, and then slowly the gap become, more and more. When you rest in that gap or analyze and meditate, that gap becomes bigger and bigger. Then that's how you transform or liberate thoughts into wisdom.
那所以，当我们认为说我们被情绪能够翻扰的时候，我觉得一个一个情绪之来，其实并不是这样子的，就是他们是有一个间隙的，每一个念头和念头之间呢有间隙的。所以，当你能够在那个间隙之间分析，或者在那里面休息，那就会发现这个间隙有时候会变得更大。然后你在那个间隙中间呢，能够解脱。
That is also Guru's blessing because Gurus teaches us and then we follow his instructions.
那这就是我们讲的说上师的加持。那我们如果听的上师的加持的话，
But one thing in our country, like in America and Western world, is that you only want to hear Guru is smiling. He's saying so many nice things. You're always looking for, if Guru says a little bit of, serious, and sometimes could say some really hurtful words, like maybe, oh, what happened to your practice, something like that. Sometimes we seem like a little bit of reluctant, oh, this Guru is maybe not a good Guru. But actual good Guru knows how to push your buttons about your weakness, about your meditation, or say, okay, because you are not practicing impermanence, something like that.
那在我们国家里面呢，有些时候我们就想要听到这个上师讲，就是那些非常好的话，你就觉得哦，有时候呢，你有时候听到一些比较伤心的话，就说啊，好，会说你在最近禅修怎么样呢？那你就会听到有点点不舒服了。那事实上呢，我们现在讲就是说，真正的一个这个我们讲上师呢，他就知道能够去碰到你哪些的这些地方，让你呢知道呢你的自己的禅修的弱点在哪里。
I give an example. I lead Hindu practice, and I'm pretty serious teacher. So some students say, "Oh, I came here for your teaching because I want to support you." I said, "No, you are supporting yourself. If you didn't come for the retreats, you won't continue your mundo." So it sounds pretty serious, but that's the reality. So teachers, teaching is not always have to be smile and so gentle, all of this. Has to make point and kind of hurts your emotions a little bit. Like, oh, a wake up call. Let's call wake up call.
那这个地方你有讲说，例如说我在KTT 教释迦行，那有些时候呢，这个学生来就说啊，我来这边就是想要来支持你的，那我就跟他们讲说，其实不是，说你来不是来支持我，是来支持你自己的。那有些人在想说，我们当一个老师就必须要一直都微笑啊，那很非常的这个轻柔，对大家都很好的样子。其实这个不是，他事实上真正的一个老师就是能够指出你的弱点，指出你的情绪上的一些问题，然后让你得到一些东西。
So Guru's blessing is a transmission of teaching, reading transmission, empowerment. But simply receiving is not sufficient. If you apply them and then have some experience of meditation, that is Guru's blessing. Otherwise, Guru's blessing will be wasted by us.
那其实这个我们讲的这个上师的这个教法呢，就是不只是让你去得到这些东西，就是说你的得到一些知识，而是能够用到，将你这个学校的这些能够用到你的生活上面，然后这样子呢，真正的应用到里面才是真正的所谓的上师的加持。
Next question says, question. What do we do when experiencing dullness or agitation while meditating? Also, soreness in the body or numbness in the body. Thank you. So I think I would like you to save the first question because some other lamas will be teaching particularly about dullness and agitation. So I don't want to do that. But the second, also soreness in the body or numbness in the body. Numbness in the body. I will answer that one.
那前面有两个问题，有两个部分，一个是关于我们禅修的时候昏沉和调举这个因为别的老师会讲，所以我在这边就不讲了。那我这边讲，如果说是有些疼痛的，或者说有一些麻木的这个现象的时候，这个部分我来讲。
If I can jump in for just a moment, Lamala, what you said about it coming up, that is next week's topic, the torpor and agitation.
Yeah, that's perfect. So please don't fall asleep. Join. And so the second about soreness in the body, numbness in the body, and three things. One is that if you have physical injuries, please don't force to do like meditation postures, and whatever the flexibility or sit on chair or such. And if you don't have any physical injuries such, that's okay. Then a little bit of pain is okay because then you get used to. When I was little, my father taught me how to sit, and I used to sit like 1 hour and then almost barely walk. And the next time better and better. So you have to get used to.
那第一个问题就是我们会发生酸痛的问题，这其实是如果说你的身体上有些伤的话，那就是在这种情况下就不要做禅修。但是如果只有一点点的痛的话，这其实是没有关系的。例如说我的爸爸教我做禅修，我这个时候小的时候呢，有时候起来的时候呢，就脚都不能走路了，但是过一下子就好了。所以说这有一点点痛苦是没有关系的。
Really, it is so worth to go through little challenges, difficulties when you practice Dharma, because we never talk about, oh, how do we do? I sit, whole day in my chair and, walk at the walking place. People don't ask those questions. Only when they do meditation, oh, I feel so. When I do prostration, I feel so. They never talk about, oh, I went to gym and I got, sore my muscles. How do we do?
那只有在这个大家似乎只有在做禅修的时候才会觉得这个对这个抱怨这个痛。那如果说没有经过这个挑战的话，那其实做这个禅修，这个有这点痛真的是值得的，大家要记得这点。尤其是大家都常常就是在这个禅修常会抱怨这个事情，但是你想想看，你跑到gym 里面去，然后还不是这样做，要很痛，感觉很痛，可是你觉得是很快乐的一件事情。所以要想象这种情况下做禅修的时候，这个痛是值得的。
So numbness is sometimes has to do with the cushion. You have to change a little bit of position when you sit on, and so you may able to overcome that, different cushion or just a little bit of move around or a little bit of
那这个关于麻木的问题呢，可能跟你的这个坐垫有关系，你可能要稍微移一移，然后呢，有时候动一动哦。但是呢，如果这样子可能就会发现你就这个麻木的问题就可以减轻。
The next question it says, how do we establish the practice and acquire discipline?
第二，再来下面问题，如何得到这个禅修的这个我们讲的这个纪律
and permanence.
就是怎么样能够在禅修上有纪律？你要知道无常。
If a practitioner every day think about impermanence, you never have excuse about not missing daily, practice, because impermanence means that the moment you wake up, it's start to, time never stops, and so think about impermanence. And number one. Number two is that if you feel sense of laziness or like boring or such, you think about all sentient beings, because we are practitioner. We are doing this for the benefit of all sentient beings. We generate bodhicitta, and now we, so we try not to waste our time. Excuse me.
那这个保持我们每天能够禅修的这个纪律是，当然就是要做无常的想法。那无常就是说，我们看到我们一直都所有的事情都是一直不停的。那我们呢，要想想看，那也就是说，我们可能就会死掉。那我们要想到说，另外一个点就是说，所有的我们对这个要发起慈悲心。我们禅修的时候要发起慈悲心，也就是说，我们能够为了利他、利益所有的众生而修习这个禅修。因为这个原因，因为这个利他、这个慈悲的心，所以让我们能够不懒惰，能够每天都能够做禅修。
Think about our loving parents, like a mother, how tired you could be, how sick she should be, and then they always get up and do everything what they could do for their loving children. Likewise, we should be more than that. We are thinking about I generate bodhicitta for the benefit of all sentient beings, and then here I come, get up in the morning, like, oh, I can't do my practice, I fail here. So that's why, we are so attached to I, me, so sensitive with, our body. So as I always say, Shantideva mentioned that you feed your body, you give food, clothes, place to stay, but then our body has to do something. For me, it's that practice of Dharma. Using right now we are able to practice, able to meditate, able to do prayers. While we are able, we have to use it.
那既然就是说，我们现在想想看，就是说，我们对一个家长来说，我们爱我们的孩子，所以我们通常都起来很早，然后呢去做很多很多的事，为的就是我们对于让我们的孩子得到爱。同样的，事实上我们对于所有的众生，超过我们对我们的孩子，因为多么这个像虚空般那么多的这个众生，需要我们能够帮助他们，能够得到这个佛的果位。我们要有更大的这种利他的心，所以能够让我们能够去做这个禅修，所以这个就是给我们鼓舞我们自己。另外就是我们看到就是说我、你自己等等这些，那 齐天菩萨就讲了说，我们对着这个身体呢，我们要给养它，要给它衣服穿这些东西。可是这个身体给我们什么呢？那事实上，我们希望从身体里面得到，就是能够去修行。那这样是正好，是真正最好的方式，让我们的身体去运用到我们的身体。老师，
看起来没有问题问的。Look like no more questions.
There was one more a little bit
Did I
further
miss
up.
something? Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Is it normal to cry during a meditation?
是正常，就是在禅修中哭，是不是正常的？
That's a wonderful question. I honestly don't know how to answer that. I never saw anybody crying during meditation. They do cry when they see the guru, think about the guru, and compassion for all sentient beings. But I really don't know how to answer that. So maybe you can ask other teachers question.
那这个关于在禅修中哭，我实在是不知道怎么回答这个问题。有些时候我们在想到这个我们的上司的时候，我们会哭，或者我们想到这个我们的所有的这个友情的时候，我们会哭。可是，在禅修哭，我实在想不出来。这个，你可以问其他的老师，他们可能有他们的答案，但我实在不知道怎么答案。
How to see the gap of the thoughts? If we see the gap, what do we do next?
这样的问题就是，我们看到这个禅修中间的空隙，这个是当我们看到这个空隙的时候，我们要怎么做？
Someone like myself never experienced such gap or recognition. It's hard to explain, but I borrow my teacher's answer.
那我是本身并没有看到这个我们讲的这个念头中间的这个空隙，但是呢，我可以所以我没有经验，那我可以从我的上司他的回答来给大家。
Rinpoche used to say many techniques, but I would say three things. And the first, do not wish to see the gap. Do not make purpose any intentions, and thoughts arise, and the next thought arise, there's a gap, but not particular, I wish I want to see, don't put any special intention and try to see the gap, no pressure.
那第一个就是仁波切就讲说，第一个我们需要就是不要期望这个我们禅修这个念头之间有一个空隙，就是不要让自己有这种压力，去期望说我这边一定要有一个空隙。
The second is you simply aware when your thought arise, you're simply aware, and at the beginning you may not see nothing, but then slowly, because you become familiar with your meditation, and then you see the thought arise and thought cease, and then there's a little gap which is totally beyond grasp.
然后呢，在说一开始的时候，我们看到可能最开始可能看不到了，但是慢慢因为禅修比较熟了以后，你可以看到慢慢这个念头的升起，然后慢慢的念头的消融，然后在那个时候呢，消融到一个去个地方，但中间这样你就会看到这个它的这个空隙。
Third is that even you do those, you can't still experience it. That's okay. You just think about all sentient beings who are wandering samsara beginningless time, and they never liberated. That's why they are suffering. May I able to take their suffering, and may they able to realize this able to rest in the gap, not me. So you have to let that go, and or sometimes light lamps and do purification practice. From which you say, if you be consistent, you'll be guaranteed to, able to rest slowly.
然后呢，如果说你实在没有法看到那个中间的那空隙，那没有关系，你就这样想说，你愿意能够接受所有的众生的这个痛苦，然后让他们能够得到证悟。那有时候你也可能去是供一个油灯，或者说是你修一些这个除障的法，积资或者是进藏的法。不管怎么样呢，你慢慢的就会慢慢会得到这个。
And Dzogchen practice, they sometimes use pei. They shout pei and then rest their mind.
在大
Because
圆满
when
的
you do that, like very loud pei, and temporarily, all of your thoughts vanished, just like a powerful wind chase all the clouds.
那在大圆里面呢，你可以就是在这个妄念升起的时候，你很多妄念的时候就念一次配，然后在那个很大声的配里面呢，基本上能够斩断你的这些很多的妄念，就好比说一阵大风来，你把那个天空里面那个云吹掉一样。
And I would recommend, if you apply that, maybe find a Dzogchen practitioner who can teach, not just like simply say pig.
如果说你能够找到一个就是大圆满的这种上师，那你去从那边学是更好的，不是这样像我这样讲就来一个配这样子。
But I can tell you a few things that you may able to apply. Like for example, like all of a sudden somebody says something surprises you, right? Something surprising things. Either it could be good news or bad news or whatever, something surprises you, you can get lost. Instead of lost, meditate. That's real gap.
那另外一种就是当有些人给你像一个很惊喜、惊喜或者是这样一个惊讶的时候，在那个时候你顿住了，在那个时候呢，在那个顿住的时候，就说你有一个空隙的时候，你赶快去做这个禅修。
Or you have a sneeze, like very loud sneeze.
或者是你打喷嚏的时候，很大声的打喷嚏的时候。
And yeah, so that's I think that's all I can say, as Rinpoche used to share those.
这是我知道的，就是上师仁波切、天婆仁波切他会这样讲，所以我跟大家分享。
So our gap now is pretty limited. We better do a little meditation. And after this, I will be doing short Chinese practice for those victims. And those of you who have time, you are welcome to join. I have sadhana on my Zoom. PowerPoint, I can display it. It will take maybe 15 minutes. If you don't have time, after 9:30, you can enjoy your gaps.
如果说大家有空的话，等一下我会再继续修这个关于四倍观音，大概会花15分钟时间。不然的话，你就可以在9点30分钟就可以走掉了。然后等一下还有一点点时间，我们可能要做点禅修。
So right now, as I mentioned, we talk about lamas, like after you teach, you do the meditation. So we have few minutes, and you can, if you are able, you can, cross your legs and your hand in your lap like this, meditation posture, and spine straight, and shoulder open, and your neck slightly curved, not like leaning towards, and your eye gaze, whether you can either you can close your eyes or look straight, or a little lower your gaze, and so you can normally we say turn to palate, and your mouth just to be natural, and then just to relax.
然后下面就是我们将保持像七支做法啊，让我们上身打直，然后眼睛平视这样子，再往下低一点看看，然后上颚这个12底尖底的上颚。
And the most important technique for physical posture is apart from 7 postures, is total relax. Make sure your head's relaxed, your neck and your body and everything relax. When you physically relax, you naturally your body become feeling of lightness, transparent, and then you're able to do the posture better and brings your mind in peaceful state.
然后更重要一点就是我们让我们自己能够保持一个非常轻松、宽宽松松的状态。当我们这个自己身体上这样子很宽宽松松的感觉以后，那自然能够感觉到很轻盈。那这样子就是一个很好能够做禅修的一个状态。
So crossing legs has the benefit to overcome jealous.
将两脚这个双盘的话，是能够去除这个嫉妒。
And spine straight, overcome ignorance.
那这个脊柱打直就是去除无明。
And even placement, overcome anger.
那这个双手持定印，能够去除的是这个生气，就是肾。
Your neck slightly curve, overcome attachment.
那这个脖子呢，稍微有一点点弯，就是去除这个贪执。
And your eye gaze, slightly looking across or looking slightly down, and turn to palate, overcome pride.
这个眼睛往下稍微看看，或者是舌往上，舌底上颚，基本上就是去除骄傲。
So make sure your body relax.
确定这个我们的身体是要这样子的，保持这种姿势。
Mentally, you're resting as it is in this very place, this very moment, this very presence, this very seat. Just rest.
在我们心绪上面，就是将我们的心就放在当下，然后放松。
All right, short meditation. I don't want to take too much of your time, and that is how you meditate. Don't worry, just everything going to be fine. That's how you think about.
这个是很短的这个禅修。我喜欢短的禅修。事实上就这样子。然后所有事情都是 OK 的。
And those of you have to go, I thank so much for joining this teaching, and please do join the next teachings because there are many wonderful lamas, Kembos will be giving teaching, and so if there was anything that I said good, it's the blessing of my Spring Guru Kimbo Rinpoche and lineage masters, I offer the merit to them. And if there was any mistakes, and I confess.
如果大家需要走的话，就可以请大家离去了。那如果这次我有讲到任何利益大家的话呢，那就于我们上师的加持、传承的加持。如果有什么错的、不好的，那都是我个人的错误，我承认这个错误，然后愿意接受这个指责。
大家晚安 ，Good night, hasta luego, buenas noches. So now I will be leading the short Chinese puja, and once again we pray for all sentient beings, especially all the victims in Tibet, and also they were, airplanes crash, many people die, so many wars going on. We sincerely pray for them. And Yantin, can you see? Are you able to read?
Yes, I can see the text. It's very clear.
Good. I have a little lamp. I want to hold it for all beings. Normally we don't do that Genesis practice, but I just feel like, it's lamp for them. Sanje jodon soje jonai janju bade dane jasanje dage jenso jebe sonanje rola benza Sanje Ndabarajo Sanje Jada Soje Janala Janja Bade Dane Jazanje Dage Jenzo Jebe Zananje Ndala Benje Sanje Ndabarajo Sanje Jodon Zoje Janala Janja Bade Dane Jazanje Dage Jenzo Jebe Zananje Drola Benze Zanje Ndabarajo Lazo Gajay Zenje Jezu Begaya Davende Shele Bonjoy Jereze Kasa Veze Ngadendo Denzo Tuje Jenjeze Chaje Dambo Dajanze Onye Shede Begra Na Dadon Renje Jenjende Reda Babe Deyo Zoyo Veba Mebe Ojenje Yanye Dojenje Roy Treme Dawai Jademba Jane Gondeng Oro Jaya Joy Jenje Magoy Gondong Gara Dozoi Jenje Olaje Koje Jenje Rolaze Jeneze La Zanza 3 times. Joy Jenje Magoy Gando Gara Zozoi Jenje Olaje Toje Jenje Rolaze Jereze La Zanza Joy Jenje Magoy Gando Gara zo je je wa la je. Sorry. Tu je jen jen ro la ze jen re ze la zan za lo. Pa ba jen re ze wan da cho je de za yo ba ye. Ya wa se je dan je la ke ne dan ye zan za lo. Me do de be ma me je sha ze ro mo la so ba. Anjo ye je ne ba ya ba be zo je ye sa sa. Ta ma me ne da de bra me ge je do za me nga. Sa ne nye mo wan je be de ba dan je ja bra je. Nyen de ran ja jan je za so so je wo la so be. De zan ge wa je za be se na la ne da ye ra. Sen je na je san ba da ya lo ye te ra je da wa. Che chan te mo de ba ye che je go lo go da zo. Go je se ma don bra nyang ye men da de je ye. Dong ai jan zu je wa ye sen je na la ze zo zo. Da ge se na je za ba dan je jan je ne. Rembo me don ro ye rembo ba de da jre je so de so la ma je re ze so de zo ye da je re ze. So de zo bon jo je re ze. So de zo jang ga je re ze. So de zo jang ga je re ze. Tu je zo je ja tu je je. Amen. Go wa me jan je je. Zeme dong oi nyo e do wa la. Gambo je le jo je mo je so. Na je so je do ba je je la. Tome done lenge zoi bedu yedong genya wa chenjade. Sado dong nyo se jena lanjo je don de je warajo. Tome done lenge zoi bedu se Short meditation. Dedication. May there be peace and harmony in the world, and may all of us Dharma practitioners able to meditate and before we die, have some recognition of mind. Thank you so much, everybody. Have wonderful 2025. 希望大家得到快乐，离开痛苦，终于在认识自己的本心。I was Chinese. Thank you. Gracias. Hasta la pronto. Thank you. Yantila, translate everybody. Good night.
Thank you very much, Lama, for a wonderful teaching. I look forward to seeing everybody next week. Thank you all for joining us tonight.
Beautiful.